everyone, my name is Apshupa. I'm a sexuality educator. I know a lot of you have a ton of questions about sex. So today I'm going to answer the top 5 questions that you might not be comfortable asking others.
Just want you to feel it. I've never been closer to anyone else. For you, my heart is beating on and on. You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can.
Sex, whether it's the first time or the 50th time, is not supposed to hurt at all. Engage in lots and lots of foreplay to ensure that the vagina is adequately wet and moist. And don't be afraid to add lube to the equation. And lots of it, right?
I love it. Crank it up. Yeah.
Always remember to use a water-based lubricant because any other form of lubricant may actually erode the condom. Don't use Vaseline or some form of oil either. Now, if it feels like there is a wall in the vagina and penetration is absolutely not possible, you may have something called vaginismus. Vaginismus is basically involuntary muscle spasms around the vagina which prevent penetration from happening.
We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby.
If you think you have something like that, then please feel free to speak with a gynecologist about it because it is treatable.
There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat.
There's no such thing as the right age to have sex. Of course, there is a legal age under which having sex is criminal. So if either or both parties are under the age of 18 years, then having sex with each other is actually a criminal offense.
'Cause I can feel the energy. I can feel.
So 18 is the legal age to have sex. Now beyond that, it's completely a personal choice. When you choose to have sex and whom you choose to have sex with is completely up to you. And as long as safety and consent and protection are being prioritized, then it's really your choice.
Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be if I leave tonight?
Each individual person gets to decide what good sex is for them. There is no such thing as it's supposed to last a particular amount of time, or the genitals are supposed to look and feel a certain way, or they're supposed to be a particular size. In fact, a question that I get asked a lot is what size should the penis be? Well, I'm here to tell you that the pleasure centers are actually located in the initial part of the vagina. So even a penis which is 2 to 3 inches when erect is actually enough for an enjoyable sexual act.
That you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be if I leave tonight?
Besides, penetration is not the only way in which parties can enjoy themselves when engaging with each other. There are plenty of acts that a couple can engage in to make it a mutually pleasurable experience. So talk to your partner and figure what is good sex for the both of you.
Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah.
There's absolutely no way for anybody to tell whether or not you've had sex. Even a gynecologist will not be able to tell, unless you tell them yourself, of course. Some cultures say that, if your hymen is torn, if your hymen is broken, then you've had sex. Well, that's not true at all because the hymen can actually break or tear through other forms of physical activity like rigorous sports, horse riding, cycling, masturbation with a toy, or some folks are even born without a hymen, and that's absolutely normal.
'Cause it feels like I'm dreaming when I'm waking up next to you.
Which brings me to the next important question, which is, are you supposed to bleed the first time you have sex? Well, some folks may bleed, but that has nothing to do with the fact that, they're a virgin or not a virgin. Besides, virginity is a social construct anyway. And like I said, the hymen can actually be toned through other forms of physical activity. And if you're using a lot of lube and enough foreplay, you may not end up bleeding, and that's fine.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little and we keep track of time.
One very important relationship that you have in your life is your relationship with yourself and with your body. So engaging with your body to make it feel pleasure, to make it feel good, does not count as cheating in any manner or form.
Shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you.
And in fact, getting to know your body, understanding your erogenous zones and pleasure points can actually improve the sexual act and intimacy between you and your partner. So it does not count as cheating. And if your partner is feeling that way, then have a conversation with them and explain, invite them into the act even. Maybe both of you could touch each other while you are present with each other, or touch yourselves while you're present with each other.
No, not yet. Whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying
I hope that answered most of your questions about sex. If you have any follow-up questions for us, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And until next time, stay tuned and stay glamorous.
oh, I love it when the love comes around and then I remember all things must pass.